It's so nice to be back in Sweden and having the opportunity to, both when I'm home fishing the southeastern part of Norway, and then you have the variation and you can come over here to Sweden and have so many different fishing spots and some spots that will really challenge you. The long winter is fading, and along the Swedish west coast the season begins again. Cold tides move slowly over rock and sand, carrying the first sea trout of the year into the shallows. There is no rush here, just quiet water, soft light, and the feeling that something might happen. A cast into the unknown. The sea trout season of the west coast of Sweden is officially open. So hi guys, welcome to a new episode of Scandinavian Seatrout Adventure. My name is Carl, and in this series we do coastal fly fishing for sea trouts in Norway, Denmark and Sweden. Each of the episodes is filmed from one day's fishing, and even if we don't catch any fish, the videos will be uploaded. In today's episode we are in Sweden, we are in Västra Götaland and the west coast of Sweden. The weather today will be a little bit challenging. We have some wind from the west upwards to 8 to 9 meters per second with 15 to 16 meter in the gust. The temperature is around 6 degrees on the plus side, and the water temperature is around 4 degrees. So we are currently in April, so today it's the 4th of April. And the last week I had the pleasure to fish together with 3 really nice guys from Austria. So we fished in Norway and then a couple of days here in Sweden. And earlier last week we managed to find a lot of fish. So the temperature were rising. We had some nice current coming in with some warmer water. And during the week we came in contact with around 80 sea trout and also a couple of really nice sea trout as well. I think we had around 4 or 5 sea trouts over 50 centimeters, but the conditions on them were they were quite thin, and we can clearly see that the winter has been quite a struggle also for the sea trout. So today we have a 7 to 8 hours window before the wind will just pick up during the day. It is forecasted a storm tonight and tomorrow all over Scandinavia. I think the storm name is Dave. And tomorrow morning we can expect around 28 to 30 meters per second wind. So quite a storm. So we are quite far out on the open coast, and we will start fishing here until the wind will pick up, and then we will move a little bit further in, try to find some shelter for the wind and some channels with some nice fishing here. The gear that I'm using today, I will start with my best friend, the Orvis Helio 9'7" weight. I also have Orvis Helio 8 weight with me. Have to see how the wind will pick up and how soon it will pick up. I have the Orvis Mirage LT reel, and I have a full intermediate line from Scientific Angler. It's the Volantis full intermediate line. The leader today at the moment is 13 foot, so I have a 9-foot tapered leader that goes out to a 0.30 connected to a 2mm tippet ring that goes out then to some fluorocarbon 0.28 tippet material. To start with on the fly choice today, I will start with an attractor fly, so the Vaskebjörn, the raccoon fly, in a size 8 and a Stro green version of it. So So let's just get out there and see if we can find some sea trout. So the wind is pushing directly in, so it will be a little bit challenging fly casting wise, but at the same time I really want to fish off the bay here that we have. It's like a bay and a channel where the water is just getting pushed in, and hopefully there will be some sea trout pretty shallow, and we don't need to cast that far. So we will wade out here. So the bottom structure that we have on the first spot that we're fishing here now it's a lot of clamps. So clamps, beds, and vegetation and rocks. So a really nice habitat for the sea trout. So so hopefully there will be some sea trout standing here shallow. So we will fish for as long as we can today. So 7-8 hours fishing trip today. We will see regarding the wind. Right now it's okay. When the gusts comes in, you can really feel it, and you need to time your fly casting accordingly to the gusts coming in as well. But at the moment, I think we will manage. So we have shallow water in front of us, but a little bit further out we have a small channel where the fish usually stands. So this is a spot that I have been fishing now for the last 20 years, but it's the first time this season. So the season here started the 1st of April. I was on some other spots with the Austrian guys a little bit earlier this week, and it was okay. It wasn't that successful. It was just before the Easter. The current with some cold water came in, and seems like it's been like that for the most part of Scandinavia actually. So I got some reports from Denmark also these early days in Easter that it has been really difficult fishing as well, and people have been struggling to find fish in spots where there usually are a lot of fish. So but that's just how it is. So when I look at the chart of water temperatures, and I go back now, if I go back the last 4 years, we are now the first week of April, and I think we are at least 2-3 weeks behind the former years regarding temperature. So it is a little bit cold. We are just over the 4 degrees mark here now. And it would have been nice if we could come further upwards to the 6 degrees mark. But unfortunately, today and also later on this week, unfortunately, I don't think we will reach that. So, and the wind is picking up. So we are in for a real challenge today regarding finding fish. So we have quite a lot of waves here now, and also some wind. So we don't need to have that long leader. So that's good. And then when we get further in, where we hopefully can find some shelter today, then we will change to have a little bit longer leader as well. So it's also important to make some cast when we're wading here now, also into the shallow parts here as well. So We also had a couple of days ago, we had a full moon and also very low water levels. So but now the water levels is up and back to its normal again. And we also had quite some rain last night also. So the conditions here today looks really good. So I had also a couple of friends of mine that fished the spot that we're fishing now a couple of days ago, and they did not catch anything. It was quiet. So, and that's why I want to test it out today. I want to see myself. Also, the last couple of days when I've been out fishing, I've had a lot of followers. So nice fish, a lot of followers, and they have just like, I've had my stops and everything, tried different retrieves, and they followed the fly close into the shore when I'm standing, but just turning around. Also try to go down on the size, up on the size of my fly. But that's the pattern that I have seen now the last days here now. So my experience fishing a day before a storm is not actually really good. I don't know if it's because the sea trouts go out from the shallow parts and they go deeper and they know that there's a storm coming or something and they're going out deep. But I have looked in my data from former years, and when I've been fishing days before a storm, I haven't catched that much fish actually. And also a couple of days after a storm has been really good. So we have to check that out. So we're currently fishing on like 1.5 meter. That's depth. That's where I'm casting my fly out now. So quite shallow. Would have been nice with an 8 weight maybe, so, but still it's doable with a 7 weight, so not a problem. And we're just doing some short casts. So see if there can be some fish on the shallow channel that we're fishing in here now. So, but at the moment, it looks really difficult. So we are now in April. March went off really fast. The fishing in March was okay. We found some fish, and the last week of March now, I think it was a really good fishing week. So a lot of fish, and we were blessed with some warmer current, and that's always good. April now is going to be really exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a busy month, going to fly by due to all the planned trips and things that we're doing in April. And hopefully we'll get some warmer weather, and also the water will warm up also. So nice to be back in Sweden again, and especially this is the first episode of Scandinavian Seatrout adventure in Sweden this year, so really nice. and there will definitely be more to come. So the Swedish coastline is amazing. So making it quite tricky to cast as well. So I think we will move a little bit further in and then see if we can find some sea trout a little bit further in on the spot here. So we have moved just a couple of 100 meters. We're still far out, but we have managed to find a little bit of forest behind us with some shelter from the wind, and we will try to fish off the bay that we have in front of us before we have to move a little bit further in. So we fished half an hour, 45 minutes on the first stretch. The wind was picking up too much and could get the fly out, but there was no bites, nothing that indicated that there were any fish there. So I want to try a shallow bay here that has had some sun for a couple of hours now, and we will just see the small bay here. Fish this off quite quickly actually, so not more than half an hour inside here. And if we don't find any fish here, then we will drive and move ourselves further in. So there's a lot of islands further in and a lot of channels in between. So we'll be jumping a little bit in and out of the car into the channels there to see if we can locate some fish today. So let's get out there and see if we can find something. Okay, try to put some cast against the wind here, out to the little bit deeper section here. Let's see. Yeah, that's fish on, yes! It's a tiny one, but it still is a fish, so. So the fish are here. So we are back on it with the small sea trout. So at least we found the fish, and that's really good. And hopefully there could be a school here, but let's see. We'll try to take a couple of more casts here, but at least the fish was a silverfish and in really good condition. So let's just take a couple of more casts into the pocket here and see if there can be a bigger one in between. And if not, I think we will we'll move a little bit further into some of the islands here to see if we can find some little bit bigger fish. So, but at least the fish are inside here, so that's good. Oh, yeah, that's a school of fish standing here. It's a school of fish standing. Well, I think they are a tiny school of fish. So I don't believe that there's any bigger ones in the pack here. You can feel it on when they were biting on here now. I have a follower here as well, and it was just as tiny as the one that we had on. So yeah, Oh yeah, that was a little bit bigger one actually. So that was actually good. Not a huge fish, but a nice follower there as well. So there's a big school of fish standing in front of us here. So let's see now. Another follower again. Okay, let's see it now. So standing out in a little bit deeper pocket here. So could also be that a little bit further out there is a little bit bigger fish as well, but oh, fish on there. That was a bite. That was a good one. That was a better bite, yeah. They are in here. Let's see. So I've taken on a bigger shrimp fly now to see if we can get some of the bigger ones. I had a pretty nice bite earlier and also had a follower here now that was quite good actually. So let's see. So by going up a size, I hope that we might get a reaction actually. See if they have moved a little bit further out. Yeah, fish on, yeah. I moved a little bit further out. It's a little bit bigger size than the first one we caught, but not a huge fish, but a nice silver fish. So before we move any further in, we of course have to fish the channel. The water has risen a little bit now, so there is a lot of water in the channel going from one side of the bay here into the other. So let's just fish that section off as well to see if there's standing some sea trout in the channel in front of us here now. Okay, let's see. Yeah, nothing here, so not even a follower. So I think we will go over to the car and move a little bit further into the island, and I will meet you up there. a spot here now. So beautiful inside here. And I've seen jumping sea trout. So that's amazing. So we need to fish with the cameras here. So this is salt water, but it's a little bit brackish water. But this is an amazing spot here, guys. So let's see now. So I just placed my fly out in the area where I saw a jumping fish. So here now we have to search for the fish, even though I saw a fish jumping there. I haven't seen anything more here now. So there's a lot of water being pushed in to the fjords and the shallow channels in between the islands here. And one thing's for sure, that I'm pretty sure that we have fish inside the channel system here now. So the water temperatures are nice on the shallow sections here as well. And just on the edge here we have a lot of moving water. So that's where I think they are standing. So I'm going to target the edge here. So before I go to the edge, I want to make some fly casts just in front of the edge. So if there are standing some fish very close. So I'll just give it a couple of more casts here and then we will move a little bit further in to see. And we will definitely be coming back to the channels here, but I think we will. My original plan was to skip them today and then just fish a couple of other channels that has a little bit more salt water, and also it's a bigger chance for the sea trout to be inside there. But when I came to the spot a little bit earlier, there were some other sea trout fishermen standing there. So we had to try something else now. But they were only going to be there for 1 more hour, they told me, and that's how the fishing is in the Easter, especially when the sea trout fishing has opened in Sweden, that the fishing pressure is quite high for the start of the Easter. And then it will quiet down. But if there were some fish standing here, they would have taken my cameras, I'm pretty sure. I've not had a single follower inside here, so I believe it's a little bit too early. But there is no always and no never in sea trout fishing, so we'll try. So I think we'll take one more cast, reel in, and then move to the spot that we originally wanted to go. But at least the wind and the conditions is quite nice here. I think we'll fish off the stretch here, from here, and some bays out here, out to the open water, where the wind is too tough at the moment to fish out there, and hopefully we will find some fish on the shallow spots here. So if not, it could be that the fish has moved further out, that they somehow know that it's going to be a storm tonight and tomorrow, and they are going deep. But I don't know. As I told you earlier, I've never had good fishing the day before a storm. So let's see. Take a couple of casts here and hopefully there's some sea trout lurking around outside here, ready to take my fly. Now we will move a little bit further out, and then we will fish our way back to the car and home. We have been out now for 6 hours. Caught 2 small fish early in the morning, and after that it has just been a struggle. So let's just move out there and see. So we are now come far out. Out here you have open sea, and the wind is pushing on. It's getting more and more wind, and we are concentrating now on this inner bay that we're going to fish, and hopefully there will be some fish on the stretch back to the car. So just be waiting out a little bit here and targeting a nice spot here where it transitions from shallow water and then down into some deeper, and just at the edge here, that's potentially where the sea trout can lurk around here. So let's see. So let's see what we can find. Just at the edge here. Our problem now is also that we have the sun here, and it casts a quite... I got the bottom here. Casts a quite a big shadow in front of me here as well. So that's not ideal when you get a follower or something. So Okay. Okay, let's see here. I went through my logbook yesterday and did a little bit of research regarding water temperatures back 10 years for the Easter time and the 1st of April and that first week. And then I also looked a little bit at some of my timetables regarding when we had some bad weather, and I've been fishing a couple of days before a storm, and those fishing trips that I've had the day before a storm and when the storm is starting has been really bad. And so the only theory that I can see that I can think of is that the sea trout knows somehow that there is some a storm coming or some bad weather, and they are moving deep or something. That's the only thing that I'm guessing on. But if you have the same experience or have experienced something else, please leave a comment down below. It would be nice to see if I'm the only one the day before a storm bad fishing. We are now fished over a huge stretch, and I can't tell how long time ago I've gone over this stretch here without even having a follower or even a bite. Quite strange. So guys, I think we just will wrap it up for today. It's been 7 hours now. It's been a beautiful day on the coastline of Västra Götaland and the west coast of Sweden. We struggle a little bit today. It was forecasted now that a storm will come in over us, and we had quite heavy wind from the west today that made it possible to fish some of the spots that I originally wanted to fish. So we did some adjustment and found some spots where we could be a little bit in shelter of the wind, and it was possible to fly cast. Early this morning we managed to catch 2 small sea trout, and we also had some nice follower there at a short period of time in the morning. But they didn't want to bite, so just followed our fly all the way in and just turn around, and this has happened to me the last 4 days also. So I don't know what it is, but it's still a little bit cold in the water, just 4 degrees some spots here, and we also have some colder current coming in, so not the ideal conditions either. So but I just want to thank you so much for watching this episode of Scandinavian Seatrout Adventure. I really hope that I will see you in the next one. And as we always end it on the channel here, just go out there and go fly fishing.